Welcome to Kid Crafted Chronicles, the podcast where young imaginations take the spotlight. In this enchanting audio journey, the storytelling power is in the hands of our creative listeners. Kids like you send us their fantastic story ideas, and we turn them into thrilling episodes. Fasten your seatbelts because the adventures are about to begin. Today's story is really a special one, inspired by a wonderful friend of ours, Michelle, who lives in the beautiful place called Ontario. Hey, Michelle. Have you ever found something really old and special that belonged to someone you love? Maybe a photo, a toy, or even a book? Well, in our story today, we're going to meet a curious boy named Finn who discovers something just like that. Imagine finding a secret journal filled with mysteries and memories. What if this journal took you on an adventure through magical places right in your own backyard? Places where fireflies dance like little stars and trees whisper secrets and the gardens giggle. So Michelle, just like Finn, you might find that the greatest adventures and the most amazing stories can be found in the little things around us. Let's go on this adventure together. Little Things from Loved Ones Lost. In a cozy little village surrounded by soft rolling hills and tall whispering trees, there was a place called Meadowville. This lovely village with its winding paths like curly ribbons and cute houses with straw roofs looked like it came from a fairy tale. Here in Meadowville lived a young boy named Finn. He was 7 years old with curly hair that bounced when he walked and bright, curious eyes. Finn's world, which used to be full of fun adventures and lots of laughter, had become a bit quieter. This was because his dear Gramps, who always had twinkly eyes and a laugh that sounded like a happy song, had gone to a place where Finn couldn't see him anymore. Everywhere in Meadowville, from the little bench near the bubbling stream to the old library with its mountains of books, Finn was reminded of the happy times he had spent with his Gramps. On a day where the sky was covered in thick gray clouds and the rain was tapping a gentle rhythm on the windows, Finn found something very special in the attic. It was an old journal with a cover that looked like it had many stories to tell. This journal had belonged to Gramps and was filled with his handwriting, little drawings and stories, each page like a doorway to Gramps' thoughts and dreams. Reading the journal, Finn felt as if Gramps was right there with him, holding his hand. The journal led Finn to a secret meadow, a place that seemed to be waiting for someone to discover its magic. As the evening turned the sky into a beautiful mix of purple and orange, the meadow came to life. Little fireflies, like tiny floating stars, began to light up, dancing around Finn. The air smelling sweetly of wildflowers, and the fresh night brought a gentle wind that softly touched Finn's cheek, just like a kiss from Gramps. Finn's next adventure was in the Whispering Woods, a place where the trees were so old and wise. The woods were full of soft sounds, the leaves rustling, branches gently swaying. The sunlight peeked through the leaves, making patterns on the ground that seemed to play a game of hide and seek. In a sunny spot, Finn found a wooden whistle carved with pictures of leaves and animals. When he blew into the whistle, it made a beautiful, clear sound that filled the woods, almost as if Gramps was there, sharing his stories and laughter. Then, Finn visited the lively stream. A stream of clear, sparkling water that laughed as it jumped over stones and rushed through green grass. Gramps used to say this stream could whisper secrets about the earth. Finn watched a fish jump high out of the water, making circles that sparkled in the sunlight. Each circle seemed to be a message from Gramps, showing how life is always moving and changing, just like the water in the stream. In a hidden part of Meadowville was the Giggling Garden, surrounded by tall bushes and walls covered in green vines. This garden was a magical place where the flowers seemed to talk to each other with their colors and smells. When the wind blew, the flowers nodded and swayed, as if they were giggling about a secret. In the middle of the bright and happy flowers, Finn found a group of daisies forming a special message. Love never fades. Incredible. This was Gramps' way of reminding Finn that love always stays, even when we can't see it. In Meadowville, Finn wasn't alone on his journey. As he walked and explored, he made friends with the animals. A bushy-tailed squirrel, who seemed to know Finn was special, shared its stash of acorns with him. Gramps had written about this squirrel in his journal, calling it a little chatterbox of the forest. Then there was a butterfly so colorful and graceful that fluttered around Finn as if showing him the way. Gramps used to say, "Butterflies are like flying flowers, bringing happiness wherever they go." Finn felt happy having these new friends. It was like they knew he was trying to feel close to Gramps again, and wanted to help. The adventure continued as Finn found a map in Gramps' journal. It wasn't just any map. It was a secret map of Meadowville, with hidden paths and secret spots that only Gramps knew. Finn felt like a treasure hunter, following the map to discover the wonders Gramps had left behind. The map led Finn to a big old oak tree, standing tall and strong in a field all by itself. Its branches reached out wide as if it were giving the sky a big hug. At the base of the tree, hidden under a pile of leaves, Finn found a small wooden chest. His heart beat fast with excitement as he opened it. Inside, there were no gold coins or sparkling jewels, but something much more precious. Little things that belonged to Gramps. There was a shiny fishing hook, a pair of glasses that Gramps used to wear, smooth stones from the river, and letters tied up with a ribbon. Each of these things had been special to Gramps, and they were like pieces of a puzzle that, when put together, told the story of his life. Holding them, Finn felt as if Gramps was right there with him, sharing his stories and love. After finding the treasure chest, Finn knew he had something important to do. He carried the chest, filled with Gramps' memories, back to his house, his heart feeling both heavy and light. That evening, with his family gathered in the cozy living room, Finn opened the chest and shared everything he had found and seen. Finn told them about the magical meadow where fireflies danced in the dark, the whispering woods where the trees told stories, the happy stream that playfully flowed over rocks, and the giggling garden where the flowers laughed with the wind. He showed them the wooden whistle and the special things from the treasure chest. As Finn spoke, his family smiled, laughed, and some even had tears in their eyes. They felt like they were walking alongside Finn and Gramps on this wonderful adventure. Through Finn's stories, Gramps felt very much there with them. Finn's adventure had woven a magical thread that connected everyone to Gramps, bringing his spirit and love back into their lives. The memories in the chest were no longer just things, but keys that unlocked the rich and happy times they all spent with Gramps. In the days that followed, Finn became known in Meadowville as the boy who had brought Gramps' stories to life. He took his friends to the places he had discovered and told them about the adventures and the special bond he had with his grandfather. The fireflies, the whispering trees, the playful stream, and the giggling flowers became part of their adventures too. Finn kept the journal and the map close to his heart, often reading and following them to find new adventures. Meadowville was no longer just a village. It was a magical world filled with stories, laughter, and memories. It was a place where every corner, every leaf, and every ripple in the stream had a story to tell about Gramps and the wonderful things he had shown to Finn. As Finn grew older, he added his own stories to the journal. He realized that stories and memories are like stars. They never fade away, even when we can't see them. They're always there, shining in our hearts. Finn learned that the greatest treasures in life are the stories we share, the laughter we remember, and the love that ties us all together. And so, the story of Finn and Gramps lived on, an endless tale of adventure, discovery, and the magic that lives in every moment. The end.
My name is Ben Moody, and I thank you for joining us on another magical journey through Kid-Crafted Chronicles. If you've been inspired by the wonderful stories spun by our young storytellers and want to submit your own idea for a story, we'd love to hear from you. Follow us on social media or visit our website at kidcraftedchronicles.com to share your imaginative tales and join our creative community. Your story may be written and featured on a future episode. Together, we'll keep the storytelling wonder alive.
This is an Amaros Media production.